Genshin Impact is turning 5 years old in September 29th, and I thought it would be a great idea to do another Genshin Impact anniversary experience. Then I realized that it would be boring, and it's the 5th anniversary. Which sounds special until you realize this game is supposed to go for 20 years. Yeah, I'm practically employed for the next 2 decades of my life. Anyways, I want to direct this video into a direction where a normie would have some understanding as to why I play Genshin Impact. Or specifically, why Genshin Impact? Why this game over Fortnite, Minecraft, or GeoGuessr, or any other game in general? Well, I'm going to explain my 3 reasonings on why this game. Now, some of you may be surprised here. What? Genshin has a story? Huh? There's lore in Genshin Impact?
This guy seriously thinks Mondstadt and Liu.
I have story up here because frankly speaking, it's not a bad story in general, considering this game is free. It's got me invested into it, and the last time I was this invested into a video game was probably Minecraft. The secrecy of my siblings' journey, the quote-unquote truth of the world, all sentences that make sense once you go back on it. There's a lot. And it's not even done. Because as a current version 6.0, we are only missing the SNES Aria, and the Traveler chapter. That's minimum 3 years of story yet to be told. We don't even know if the end is anytime soon. Now, it's not only the story and the content inside it that makes it a good story. If anything, I'd say the lore of Genshin Impact is why it makes it a good story. There is so much of it, like I can't even begin to describe. Here's a picture of how it's like. Unfortunately, I'm not a lore expert, which is sad, because I think the massive lore of Genshin Impact is one of the noteworthy qualities of Genshin. The story and lore is why I play the story of Genshin Impact. The mystery of the world and our sibling is what makes it worth it to play. For somebody like me that's from Finland, you know, this Finland. I think I have a good definition of a beautiful place. The world of Genshin Impact is simplistically beautiful, like hell. Where am I supposed to begin with? Like, everything just seems beautiful, I don't even know. I'm gonna start with these locations that do not get mentioned often in the general sphere. Enkanomiya. This is arguably the magnum opus of Genshin Impact, not only because of how beautiful it is, but what it means to the world of Teyvat. This is lore stuff which I already talked about, so I won't get deep into it, but long story short, it's insane and a beautiful place. Eternal Oasis, also known as the Orchard or Paradisa. I don't know how to spell it. This is a point of interest place in Sumeru that you can access to a world quest, which I consider a really good world quest. If you have the time for it, I would recommend it. I don't know what significance this holds in the lore, so yeah, but beyond that, it's a majestic location and rather calming. Inazuma. This is purely because I'm biased, but Inazuma on its own is just beautiful. Compared to other nations, this nation needs more appreciation. Yeah, maybe Inazuma City is the cool place, but let's not forget that they have the Watatsumi Island, the Chinshu Forest in Naogami Island, the insane Seirai Island, and even though not necessarily Inazuma, it's the home to Enkanomiya. Inazuma is inspired by the Japanese, and if there's another country whose nature I appreciate most besides Finland, it's gonna be Japan. The nature of Inazuma and its architecture is right my favorite nation over the likes of Fontaine, Nalan, etc. Now, that was just 3 locations in Genshin Impact, and as you can see from this current version's map, there's a lot. I didn't even mention Dragon Spine, Shenyuel, this little island's name that I forgot, etc. There is a lot of beautiful places in Genshin Impact, and I always have a great time exploring Japan, because everywhere you go, it's always beautiful. I like to explore beautiful places, and that is why I play Genshin Impact. It's like nature. I don't think I ever mentioned this, but I started Genshin Impact all the way back in November 2021. That's almost 4 years ago. It was towards the end of 2.2 into the Perilous Labyrinth of Fog, so basically my first day was usually on version 2.3, Shadows Amidst Snowstorms. What was it like? See for yourselves.
Albedo, what the devil do you think you were doing?
I couldn't really begin to describe the incredible peak of this version because there is so much about it that made it peak. Shadows Amidst Snowstorms puts me all the way back when I started Genshin Impact. Realizing the world of Tibet and my journey. Playing Genshin Impact during winter, during the dark days, metaphorically and literally. Giving Bennett the Cinnabar spindle and keeping it on him for the next 2 to 3 years. And most importantly, the music of Dream Aria. If there's two things in common with Minecraft and Genshin Impact, the OST has the power of nostalgia. Looking back at everything, it's impossible to say that Genshin Impact isn't memorable. This game has already gone 5 years and doesn't seem to stop anytime soon. The journey I've taken with Genshin Impact has led me here, and now I reminisce in the old days of my time as a noob. Jesus Christ, those days were so long ago. Life may be short, but memories are permanent. So, why Genshin Impact? Well, because it's a good game. That's what it is. I couldn't care less what the fandom is like, what gacha issues the game has, the drama. At the end of the day, I play Genshin Impact because it's a good game. I want to remember the game 40 years later when I'm diagnosed with dementia and skill issues because these memories are beautiful. This game is my new Minecraft. Nostalgic, adventurous, fun, secretive, and most importantly, remembered. That's that. Thank you for watching. Jesus fucking Christ, I should have done this before I got sick.